Hello students, welcome to today's class of science. Today is 29th May and we are on to lesson number 3, that is nervous system. This topic is, a student, really very important. Okay, these are again going to come in your higher classes. So we are going to again deal few of the topics like parts of nervous system, working of nervous system. Okay, in our previous class we had an outline of the parts and working of nervous system, and that was strictly according to our IMAX syllabus. Okay, and now today we are going to get a little bit more information in these topic. Okay, so that was our basic outline of this chapter, and now we are going to get a little bit more information. So let's start our today's class with the recap of the things along with adding new things. Okay, now by now we know that nervous system is an organ system which controls all other body function. Yes, and we also now know that what are the major parts of nervous system? They are brain. See here, they are brain, spinal cord and nerves. Till here we have done. Now one more addition here is the brain and spinal cord together form central nervous system, CNS. Okay, these two together, they form central nervous system. Okay, and this one, student, this is called peripheral nervous system. Clear? PNS. I hope it is clear to you. Now coming to brain. Okay, what are the things we have already learned in our previous class? We have already learned that brain is located in head. It is very soft, yes, just like a jelly, and it is very important. And since it is very delicate organ, it is protected in our skull. Here the hard bony structure is our skull. Last time I have shown you a picture also now, and its weight is 1.5 kg. Yes, and but even though it is such a lightweight small size organ in our body, but it manages entire our body. Okay, now student, let's have little bit detail about the parts of brain. Okay, basic thing we have already done in our last class. Now see the parts of our brain. So let's see here. Brain can be divided into three major parts. Okay, the first one is cerebrum. Yes, cerebrum. See here, this the largest part here, this area, whole area with so many curves like this. Now this area is called cerebrum, and it is actually responsible for our thinking, reasoning, memory. Everything is being coordinated from this part. Okay, now come this small portion at the back of our brain. Okay, this side, and it is responsible for our balance, movement and coordination. Okay, it is called cerebellum. Come to the third part, that is brain stem. It is looking like a stem, just like a plant stem. It is also a brain stem, and it is called medulla. And this portion, this particular stem area, it is responsible for breathing, digestion and circulation. I hope it is clear. Now let's move ahead and see about spinal cord. Okay, so what we have learnt about spinal cord? Yes, it is thick bundle of nerves. Yes, see here, this portion is spinal cord. Okay, and it just look like a tail of brain, isn't it? This we have learnt in our earlier last class also. Now this is extension. It just look like a tail of brain. Yes, and it is bundle of nerve fibers. Okay, they are attached. It is not a hollow pipe like structure. It is actually a very thick cord which is formed of various nerve fibers, tightly packed one. Okay, and this is very important organ, and therefore it is protected inside this our backbone. Yes, this we have already done in our last class, you remember. And this spinal cord is responsible for transfer of information from brain to rest of our body, and from rest of our body to brain. Okay, so what are nerves, student? Okay, we already got outline in our previous class. You remember, these are network of pathway conducting information throughout the body. Okay, they are present, spread in our whole of our body, every nook and corner of our body. They actually are in touch with each cell of our body. Okay, and it just look like a spider web. Yes, and they connect different body parts or an organ of our body to spinal cord and then to brain. Okay, so now one more important thing is here that there are two types of nerves. Okay, that is sensory nerve and second is motor nerve. I hope student you remember in our last class we deal about the working of nervous system. Yes, so what happened in that time? So what happened there, you remember? The nerve cell present there, they took information from here or whatever body part it was involved, took information, then they took the information back to the spinal cord, and then from spinal cord it reaches the brain. Okay, and what happened then brain actually analyzes the matter. Okay, and then it took action. What action has to be taken? That is the power of brain, and it is going to take action, and then it gives order or carry message through, then it sends message through nerves to that organ or another body organ to carry out that action. Okay, so those nerves which take message to brain are called sensory nerve, and those nerves which carry back message from brain to the organ, okay, they are called motor nerves. Clear? One more time let me tell you, those nerves which carry information to the brain are called sensory nerves, while those nerves which carry back message from the brain to that organ or different organ where action has to be taken are called motor nerve. Clear? Okay student, you remember in our last class we have discussed about the working of nervous system through a very interesting thing given in your book, that is postal service. You remember how a sender, then your message and spinal cord, everything was correlated to postal service. Yes, now let us move little bit ahead and understand two more important vocabulary or words here. They are voluntary actions and involuntary actions. Okay, what are voluntary actions? Actions that are in our control. Okay, like our movement. Yes, when we walk and when we do anything which we know and when we are conscious of that, that are called voluntary actions. Okay, now comes the involuntary actions. Okay, few actions which are not in our control. I hope you remember student, in our muscular system I have told you that when I move our hand, okay, that time it is in my control, so that type of action is voluntary action. Okay, but few of the action they are not in our control, like movement of food in the intestine, okay, digestion process in the stomach. Are they in your control? No, they are not in your control. Beating of your heart, yes, they are not in our control. So that type of action are involuntary action. Okay, and both type of action, whether it is voluntary action or it is involuntary action, both are carried out or under the guidance of our nervous system. Okay, and okay student, let us understand one more very important term here, that is reflex action. So what is this reflex action? It is same involuntary action which is very fast, very sudden. You cannot imagine how fast it is. It is just like when anything comes in front of you, within fraction of second your brain analyzes it to what object it is. Yes, how far it is. Everything is done within fraction of second. That type of action, that type of involuntary action is called reflex action. Okay, see in page number 13 of your book it has been described. Yes, and one more example here is when we suddenly sneeze, when chili powder or something dust particles suddenly come into our nose and suddenly we do sneezing. Yes, so that that dust particle or chili powder, it come out of our nose. Yes, these are reflex action. Like this one, see this one, we suddenly remove our hand from hot object. Yes, so what is this? This is also example of reflex action. Okay, we are not aware of that, we are unconscious, but when it suddenly touches the hot object, our brain immediately sends signal, remove your hand, and we remove our hand. Okay, the sense organs. So what are sense organs? From very small classes student we are learning about sense organ. Now what are these sense organs? Okay, now see here an important line here. To control our body, brain also need to know what is happening outside our body. Okay, like for example, if our hand is touching a very hot object, yes, so brain should know, Okay, if it is not knowing and it is not showing any response and we are not feeling any pain, then what will happen? Our hand will be kept there in the hot object and it will be continue burning. Yes, you will get burn here if our brain is not taking action. So that process is very important. Our sense organs are very important. It connects our brain to the surrounding and make it alert to take action if any harm is going to happen to our body. Okay, so this is the role of our sense organ, which work together with nervous system to control our body. Okay, to control our body and its body functions. Okay, so we are having how many sense organ? You know that? Eyes, nose, ear, tongue and skin. So let's deal about them. Eyes. Okay, eyes help us to see around us, this you know, and eyes act like a camera. Okay, so how do we see? Actually, what happens whenever any object come near to our eye, comes in front, whenever any objects come in front of our eye, so our eye, which acts as a camera, so there is a lens inside. Okay, it take the information and send it immediately to our brain. Okay, and how it is sending? How it is sending? Through sensory nerves. Okay, information is being sent through, always through sensory nerve, and all of our body parts, these sense organs are having sensory nerves. So sensory nerve take the information to the brain, and what the brain do? Brain read it, analyze it and draw the picture of the object in front of our eye, and this is how we are able to see. Okay, brain see a line, brain read it, tell us what object we have seen, and this is how we are able to see. Okay, and this is very delicate part of our body, so, and very important also. So see, eyelashes are there, eyelid is there. You remember I've told you an example, when we bring a finger near to our eye, suddenly our eyelids close. Yes, and it also protect our eye from any dust particle or anything which is coming near to our eye. So eyelid help as a protection to our eye, eyelid, eyelashes, eyebrow, and even to prevent it and keep it moist. Okay, and we have tear in our eyes. Yes, it cleans our eyes if any dust particle enters our eyes. Now see, let's move ahead. Nose, it is help us to smell anything. It help us to decide whether the smell is good or bad, and it also help us in breathing. So how do we smell? Again, same process. Okay, our nose is also having sensory nerves here. Okay, so whenever any smell or like that thing enters in our nose, that time those sensory nerves take information to through, it moves through our spinal cord and then it moves to our brain. Okay, the process is like that only. Okay, so it moves to spinal cord, then it moves to brain there, and then brain recognizes that smell. Okay, what smell is that? If you are familiar with the smell, it immediately make you realize, yes, this is that particular smell. It had brain has memory also na, so it recognizes that. Ear. So ear, it helps us to hear. Same process it will be there. And one more important thing here is that ear help us to keep our balance also. Did you know that earlier? No, it's very interesting that our ear help us to make balance while walking and doing things. Apart from hearing, ear help us to keep our balance. Now one more is there, tongue. Here comes the very important one. Tongue help us to taste thing. Yes, and see, in our tongue there are different types of taste bud. Here bitter, sour. Okay, these two are sour. Sweet, if we eat any sweet material, it is being detected at the tip of our tongue. Then here salty things can be detected. Okay, so these are different taste bud area present inside our tongue. Okay, and they help us to identify the taste of particular food. Okay, different type of taste we can identify just because of these taste bud, and it also help us in speaking. Okay, now comes the skin. Okay, it is covered whole of our body. Yes, and it help us to feel heat, cold, rough, smooth, and anything which we are feeling, okay, which we can feel just because that object is coming in contact of our skin. It happens same like that process. And in, okay, our these nerves are present whole of our body, and some parts they are more in number, okay, especially in the tip of these fingers and these areas, na, our sensory nerves are present. So what happened, so whenever we touch any object, whether it is cold, whether it is hot, our nerves present, the nerves, sensory nerves present here, it take information back here to the spinal cord, and then it take the spinal cord sends it to the brain that analyzes it, whether what action has to be taken. If it is a very feel good object, that time it is not going to ask you to remove your hand. But when it is very hot object, the brain analyzes it, yes, it is very hot, it is going to damage body, it is going to hurt body. So what it will do, it again will send message through motor nerves, okay. Message is being sent through sensory, and message which is coming back from brain, it is motor nerves. And it again, and it can happen to any, it is not like that which part has sent the message, action has to be taken there only. It is always, it is not like that, it can change also, okay. So brain will send message through motor nerve, please remove your hand, that is going to damage your body. This is how our nervous system work, okay. So what are the things we have learned today? Today we have learnt the parts of nervous system in detail, okay, little bit detail. We have learnt about the parts of nervous system. We have understood what is central nervous system, yes, what are peripheral nervous system, what are different parts of brain, yes, and we also have learnt about two different types of nerves, that are sensory nerves and motor nerves. Further, we tried to understand the working of nervous system using various examples, yes. We also learnt about the sense organs, yes. So rest we are going to do in our next class, and if you have any doubts, student, you can be free to contact me, okay.